Totalitarian-style misinformation laws are set to fail. This after crossbench senators have basically all come out to say that they are going to oppose the laws when it goes to a vote in the Senate next week. Now, the desperate Albanese government is basically out of crossbench allies now. They're left scrambling. To discuss this more, I'm joined by media lawyer and partner at major law firm Thomson Geer, Justin Quill. Justin, great to see you. Look, these were always dangerous Orwellian laws. You and I have been speaking about this for a year and a half now, and yet the Albanese government never backed down on them. The only reason it looks like they're going to fail is because of the crossbench in the Senate.
Yeah, it's extraordinary that it was even contemplated. More extraordinary that it was, put forward seriously, and then just bewildering that here we are, months and months later, even after everyone pointed out all the problems with this proposed legislation. But absolutely bewildering that we are still here and that they haven't completely abandoned it. So look, I guess it's a case of, when you're in government, you try and control the narrative, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to control what people are saying and what people are thinking. So concerning. I know that sounds bizarre even saying it, but that's what this bill was attempting to do.
I mean, what is this obsession with, and I actually think it's an obsession by the Prime Minister, because we heard during the Voice debate that he kept saying in Parliament, he kept accusing no campaigners of misinformation and disinformation. Linda Burney used the misinformation line as well. I mean, what's their obsession with controlling information on the internet? Why not just let people have free speech and have different points of view? Not everyone has to agree with him on topics like The Voice.
Yeah, well, look, I think it comes down to confidence in yourself. If you're not confident in what you're doing, then you don't want to expose yourself to transparency and expose yourself to people's opinions, because you probably deep down know that those opinions are going to win out against you. The concerning thing about this bill, of course, was that it was designed to capture what government authorities, ACMA, albeit some people say it's independent, but it's ultimately a government body appointed by the government, what they considered to be reasonably verifiable as false, misleading or deceptive information. And then it was to control and remove and potentially investigate or even jail people in relation to that, what they consider false, misleading or deceptive. I mean, that's extraordinary stuff. What might be considered false today might later, after discussion, be found to be true. I think about Shara, you almost as a lone voice, in fact, on the question of whether the COVID came from Wuhan lab, and people, cried at you saying, "Look, that is absolutely false. It's misleading. It's and deceptive." Now here we are today, and I don't think anyone could say that with anywhere near the gusto they did.
Exactly. And there have been so many other issues, not just that. You just said then even jail. I spoke about this on Monday night, but I think that's something that wasn't well understood, that even jail time could have been, and I say could have been, I mean, it hasn't gone to the vote in the Senate yet. We're expecting it's going to be voted down. But Justin, people could have even been jailed for misinformation. You've got about 30 seconds here.
Yeah, well, what we're talking about there, but just to be clear, is not for the publication of misinformation, but the government, through the minister, could conduct an investigation. And if you don't comply with that investigation, provide information, provide documents, answer questions, then you could be jailed. And serious jail terms, not just, a day here or a day there. We're talking up to a year for not complying with the handing over of documents, or another year if you don't answer questions. So it was in the context of not complying with an investigation. Still very concerning.
Yeah, it's absolutely insanity. It's the sort of stuff we see in Russia and China. We shouldn't have even been fighting this cause in Australia. Justin Quill, thank you so much for joining me tonight.